he's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, you know, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
I told you I'm not going to cut you slack.
People actually care about me.
That would look great in your dorm.
No.
It's an amazing feeling.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh. That's not helpful. Oh, you're in trouble. Speed.
Damn it.
So 1-0 me, my friend.
I am Jeremiah Payne. My mentor is Tim Soretta. I've been in teammates for 5 years. 4, 5.
Oh, speed.
Okay, we're switching the ward then. Tim is the coolest because when we play, he's actually like enjoying it. Like he's there with me in the moment.
We clicked, and he likes to game. So it was finding the games I can use to get him to open up and talk.
Teammates Mentoring is a school-based one-to-one mentoring program where we ask volunteers from the community to mentor a student.
And it involves 1 hour a week at a school of your choice, at a time of your choice. So we make it very easy to be a mentor.
These kids are our future. We need to make sure we are giving them all of the resources available to make them better humans, to want to go on and make an impact, not only in their local communities or their states, but the world.
Did you get into both industrial tech classes for next year?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to weld.
Obviously, yeah.
So you get to do welding, and what's the other one?
Woods 1.
Oh, nice. So Teammates is a great strength-based mentoring program. So I don't focus on anything with Jeremiah where I feel like are areas where maybe he would be self-conscious or something that I'm not trying to fix in him. Hey, you're gonna go on some college visits, right?
Somewhere down in Texas. I don't want to stay in Nebraska.
You got family in Texas?
No, nothing like that.
You
just at least for schooling.
You just throw a dart at a map and decided that's where you wanted to be?
Basically.
Obviously, welding is the big piece of kind of what you're looking for, but what else do you think is going to kind of draw you to figure out what college you want to go to?
Just how it looks. Like, I want to see, like, how big it is, how nice it is.
I think something just to think about as you go on these, we have our scholarship. So when you get to your senior year, we'll do that paperwork because then you get $1,000, and then your second year you get $1,000 again.
Mentorship is essential because it takes a village to raise a child.
We serve students 3rd grade through post-secondary. The mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential.
It's really about a supportive adult being there and provide a supportive outlet for that young person and to provide supportive feedback to encourage that young person.
Okay, Cameron, I'm telling you right now, you cheat.
I'm not cheating, I'm just good. Don't worry about what those cameras see and don't see. Jeremiah is a funny guy. He has an interesting sense of humor that matches mine, which is very fun. There may or may not be some, card swindling that happens.
Okay, that's game.
Yay! Also, definitely cheated. You weren't paying attention. I flipped all my cards over, pulled my ace out of the middle, and set it down. He's super intelligent. He is really good at researching and learning things. We're getting into junior year, so I'm excited to see what that's gonna look like for him, where his passion for welding goes. I feel like this summer he's probably gonna dabble and research it and find out as much information as he can.
Teammates Mentoring Program was founded in 1991 by Dr. Tom Osborne and his wife, Nancy. Everything that Tom and Nancy stand for and the organization that they created 34 years ago, that brand, people want to be a part of it.
Tom Osborne is an absolute living icon and a legendary Husker football coach, and Tom and Nancy together really brought the idea forward of enlisting adults to serve as mentors, and that program has just proliferated.
Nancy was watching a documentary on television about mentoring, and she's like, we should try to do something like that. Like, it inspired her so much to want to go and implement it in their community. So she brought the idea to Coach, and he took the idea to his football players and asked, how many of you would like to mentor 7th and 8th grade boys in the Lincoln Public Schools?
From that discussion, 22 players agreed to mentor.
I always like to remind people that Teammates Mentoring started because of Nancy, not Coach. Nancy knew Coach Osborne had a platform, But the ideal of helping young people be winners in life, that was all Nancy Osborne.
My name is Izzy, and Nancy Osborne is my mentor. It began when I was in second grade. I had recently gone through the loss of my father, and my school counselor noticed that I could benefit from potentially having a mentor in my life, just to be able to point me in the direction and pull out my strengths and get me excited for the things that I had to look forward to, even if that meant I didn't have my father with me. I didn't know who Nancy was, obviously, when I was going through all of this, and it wasn't until years into our mentee-mentor relationship that I realized she was Nancy Osborne, and I felt Nancy gave me the strength to just know that I always had a person there to fall to if I needed direction or advice, and it gave me confidence that, like, having that person instilled in the consistency that she was in my life, I felt like I could do just about anything. All you would need to give to change someone's life is your time. Having Nancy just show up for me was all the difference in my life.
Okay, so you go first, right?
Yeah. Oh. My name is Faber Kwasi. I'm currently a junior, and next year I'll be a senior.
Can't see, too.
My mentor is Rose, and we've been together since I was in 8th grade.
So what do you want to do over the summer?
I don't know.
Like study more math?
No. Yeah, I don't hate math. It's just I don't like doing it.
I'm a math head, and I received a game called Shut the Box, and there's die involved, and there's adding, and you don't realize you're learning because you're just playing a game. Math is fun.
No, it's not. Crazy. Actually, math was actually kind of easy today.
Good. We played the game once, and she was hooked.
I even helped out my friend, which I never do. Every single time when I see Rose, I get excited because she'll make me feel better about myself. And like when I talk down on myself, she'll be like, oh no, don't do that. So like, you know, she picks me up. Like honestly, she came up at the right time because before I met her, I was kind of like, I guess depressed and stuff. I needed someone to talk to, and then I got introduced to her, and I could like talk about all my problems without being judged. Low-key, I've been obsessed with like kind of like trying to make my own prom dress.
Yeah.
So I've been like, I don't want to say like I've been designing because I haven't like drawn anything in a while, but I've been thinking because I've been like watching a lot of videos. I'm like, I want my dress to be like this, and I want this and that and that.
But you've always talked about designing, and that would play into it, right?
Yeah.
And that would be cool to be able to say you've
made my own prom dress.
Right?
Yup.
Teammates does the Strength Finder. And so when she took that, I could hone in on how I could help her be a better student, be more attentive. 5 years ago, she was very quiet, very shy. And now she is so independent and confident in herself. So it's just been amazing to see her grow.
I'm just letting you win because, you know, today's like our last day, you know? I just felt really bad. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have the golden ticket for them. You just need to be there for them. And it comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, you know? I'm pretty cool.
A lot of students, they really want someone to listen. And then that high school time is when students have less time, but yet they still know that it's important to have someone in their life other than their mom or dad or teacher telling them what to do, but more asking them, how are they doing? Helping them to think about their future. Helping young people to be winners in school so that they can one day be winners in life. That's what Teammates Mentoring is about. A year into being employed with Teammates Mentoring, I wanted to be a mentor, and that is when I was matched up with my first mentee, Malachi.
At first, when I met Des Moines, you know, I was kind of just a little hesitant on opening up.
It took about 3 years before Malachi finally started opening up to me. But the day that I realized I was making a difference is when I didn't show up, and I got a phone call from the school counselor, and she was asking if I was coming today because my mentee Malachi was looking for me.
When I found out he played football at the college level, our sessions really changed. You know, he was making me workout plans. He was coming to see me in the weight room. And after that, I definitely wanted to play in college. Unfortunately, my first year of college, it was COVID 2020, so I didn't get to play that season. And then the second year, I suffered a neck injury. I still had Des Moines as a mentor because he was super invested in my future. So shot him over a text saying, you know, hey man, like, I know this is my passion. I know you wanted it for me also, but dealing with this, you know, neck injury, I can't ever play a contact sport again. He replied back and saying he was proud of me for putting my health first and that football doesn't last forever. So just being able to be there for me and give me hope, it really helped a lot.
It's just been great to see him grow from being this quiet kid, not really knowing what he's going to do, to now doing what he knows he wants to do, and just to be a part of that. It's been pretty special to watch.
Mentally, I was not where I should have been. But after that, you know, I went back to school. I started my own nonprofit organization.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Malachi Hopkins, and I'm the founder of Everybody Gets a Chance. We do sports performance training, mentorship, and we give out scholarships to kids, you know, at no cost.
So my nonprofit was featured on the news for our summer program, and Des Moines saw that, and he knew he had to give me a call as soon as possible.
I called him. I said, you need to be a teammate's mentor. You have no idea the influence, the impact that you're having. It's time for you to have an impact on a young person.
When he first brought it up to me, that was kind of when I was in that low stage, and I didn't necessarily see myself as a positive figure to like mentor someone. And now just seeing the impact that I can do when I put my mind to something, I definitely want to be a mentor and be able to help kids as much as possible.
You want to look around?
Yeah.
All right. What'd you think of graduation?
I liked it.
Your whole family was there. That was really special.
Yeah.
So Lily just graduated, and we are going to be in the Teammates Plus program, where we will be able to communicate while she's away at university. It will be more relaxed. We'll have the conversations that we always have enjoyed, but we can do it more on our time.
I was surprised that I didn't cry. Like walking into the stadium and just all the people, it was like, holy crap.
Did it seem like
crazy.
It was official then?
Yeah.
Our post-secondary students, you know, they're pursuing their education, but it's still tough. And so to have that mentor by their side, have their back, asking them how you're doing, and even sometimes just a short-ended good luck on your test, it does a lot, especially when our students are pursuing more education.
Look at this one. This is like, that is so you. That is so you. For real. I think that's like a good motto for you. So what's your next? I can and I will.
Going to Missouri.
Yeah.
And going to college. Going out of state is kind of scary to me. It's like super exciting, but kind of scary. So having Liz as like another person that I can talk to makes me feel sure about the future instead of unsure.
And once you get down there, you're going to learn the football, but you're still going to root for the Huskers, right?
Yeah.
We knew each other in first grade because I worked in her school, in her health office. And Lily has type 1 diabetes, so I saw her often during the day.
I was honestly there like every single day, and then like probably 5 times a day on a good day, and then much more on like a bad day. Having type 1 diabetes, especially during school, is difficult. I was really scared about going into middle school.
Everybody knew Lily, and everybody wanted us to be able to keep our relationship together. Then when she left elementary school, we were matched with teammates when she went into 7th grade.
I was like really excited and really happy that like she would be there through the school.
Do you know how you want to decorate your dorm?
No, not really.
Will you have a kitchenette?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made sure that I had a fridge.
Okay.
For my insulin.
You'll have a meal plan
Yeah.
then too? Yeah, okay.
It's good to have like an adult figure who isn't your parent, but you know is like supportive of you.
Look at you, fearless right there. You're ready to rock and roll. I would tell anybody that's thinking about becoming a teammate and maybe are a little leery of it, that the relationship that I have with my teammate has made me a better person. You need a old, my heart belongs in La Vista.
Not really though.
Not really though?
No.
Okay. Your heart's open to new opportunities.
Yes.
Good.
these relationships that form when you start at such a young age and you are with them through some very formative years, you become so tied to them because you are invested in them as humans and as people.
Students who have the benefit of a mentor supporting them on a weekly basis perform better academically. They can talk through some of the challenges that young people are facing academically, and that mentor can just coach them through it.
My mentee, when he was 11 is when I met him. He's 38 now. I had lunch with him last week. And because it's so meaningful when you meet with these kids, you don't know who is getting more out of it, you or the child.
For our elementary students, mentors, they find themselves really at that phase and stage with a young person where it's a lot of fun.
So you're almost done with school.
What?
This week, and then next week, and you're done? What are you gonna do this summer?
Probably go swimming.
Oh, do you have a pool?
At my aunt's house.
Do you watch your sister in the summer?
I have to.
And your cousin?
Yeah.
You're like the big dog.
But they don't listen to me. They just sit on their lazy bum-bums.
Are you a nice babysitter?
No. Well, I'd be like, get to work.
Well, that's why they're not listening to you, because you're not a nice babysitter. When Lacey and I first started meeting, she was super quiet, super shy, really reserved. She wanted to learn how to make friends. And over the 7-8 months that we've been meeting, she has just blossomed. What are you most excited for about middle school?
Jazz band.
Okay, so we're gonna really dive into the band thing. And do you know what instrument you wanna play?
Clarinet.
I'm more excited to jump into her band. She has been talking about it for the last few weeks. Do you get to keep your instrument next year?
I don't really get to keep it, but it's mine for the year.
We could do a band. You play the clarinet, I'll play the violin.
Well, we can't play string in band.
Why not?
Because it's not string band.
We could, though. We'll get a trumpet player, a cello player, and we'll do a band. When I first heard about Teammates, I didn't think I would be qualified, but I've had people in my life that have encouraged me, and they're like, Chaley, it's a friend. They just want to know what's going on in your life. They want you to take an interest in what's going on in their life, and it's so easy.
No matter where that student is in their educational journey, whether that be elementary school, middle school, or high school, we will do our best as an organization to pair that student with a mentor who has similar common interests and hobbies as that child.
Shayla's kind, she's funny, she makes school better because she always comes in with a smile.
Lacey and I clicked immediately. There was no like, oh, I don't really know if this is gonna, I was like, oh, this is my girl. I just think she is the most endearing, loving person, and I hope she knows that at least she's got her teammate that will be in her corner cheering her on no matter what. Couldn't imagine anyone else being my teammate, except you.
Yeah, you're my sister.
We can be like soul sisters, like best friend sisters.
What started out with 22 mentees has evolved to having served over 50,000 students and has just gone to show how successful and impactful the Teammates Mentoring Program is.
I've gotten a lot of people in to be mentors. They always come back with, wow, this is really special. When I met with Tom, he said, well, we're going to spread it from Lincoln across the state. So when he asked me if I would like to set it up in Omaha, I was flattered. So we raised money to launch Teammates in Omaha, Nebraska. Because I was there for Coach Osborne, there wasn't anyone that said no to me. Wherever Teammates has the honor of setting their facility up, that community becomes better because of what we do for their youth.
Hey, how goes it?
Hey.
How's your week?
Oh, it's been cool. My name's Xavier, and I'm in 7th grade, and I'm moving up to 8th grade next year.
Known Xavier for about 1.5 years now. We've been playing chess from the vast majority of the times that we meet.
From the beginning, I didn't even know what to do in chess. I didn't know, like, the moves and stuff. Now, at least I know, like, to be cautious on what to do.
And you know that when you make a mistake, you can see that the mistake was made. I try to make it equal to some degree by having him take away 3 of my pieces, but I never let him win. Which 3 pieces do you want to get rid of? My queen, of course.
Yeah. And these.
And Okay, good enough.
I love to play chess with Thomas. We talk about things we both have in common, like the love for sports mostly.
So are you done with wrestling now?
No, I'm still gonna go to practice the whole summer, I'm pretty sure.
How did your state tournament go?
Oh, it went pretty well. I placed second in state.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could say I've been very impressed with what you're doing from an athletic standpoint.
In high school, you said you'd never been like varsity or anything? Or
Nope.
like you never went to state?
Nope, I did not. To me, the most important thing I always tell people is I don't care whether you're a phenomenal high school athlete or anything. Academics is where it's at because ultimately that's what matters.
I'm glad I have a mentor like Thomas, because a good mentor is just like someone that's there for you, like a friend.
You made a mad mistake. I don't know if you weren't paying attention, but...
Oh, wait. I'm just getting crushed right now.
I don't believe in letting people win anything. I think people appreciate things more if they actually earn it. So where are you going to go?
It's my turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Because if it was my turn, I would kill your bishop.
I don't really mind losing because I get another opportunity and I learn from that mistake. And it's just cool too because he will teach me about all these other things.
You need to look real closely because you're about ready to lose another important piece. Okay, I'm just going to move this dude down and get a queen and win the game.
There's some times when I can like actually be whooping him until I make that one big mistake and that costs me the whole game.
Check, 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 check. Check.
I still in check?
I may have screwed up because I don't think you can move. I may have let you tie me because I was trying to go too fast.
Wait, so is that stalemate?
That's called a stalemate. So this is the best you've ever done.
Let's go.
Today was the first day he even had a stalemate. Up until today, I've always won. So the fact that he had a stalemate, to me, that was good because I want to see him get better at things. Congratulations, that was really good.
Yeah, I had to want to practice a bit more. So the second year of middle school, I can probably whoop Thomas in this. I'll get him someday.
Generally, when mentors are matched with mentees, we try to pair them up based on common interests and activities and backgrounds. Sometimes mentors and mentees, they click, while others, it takes a little bit of time.
It takes a while to establish a rapport between your mentee and yourself because you've got to keep showing up. If you care about the kid, eventually that will come through.
Teammates is going to help you become the greatest mentor that you can possibly be. They will train you, they will introduce you to your mentee, and they will encourage you.
When you mentor, you're not mentoring alone. You're not out there on your own. The teammate staff are here to support the mentor being successful.
I was somewhat reluctant to be a mentor in the beginning. I had fear of being a good mentor, and I think a lot of people have that fear. There is no test you have to take. If you are an adult, 18 or older, you are qualified.
It's not a tutoring program. It's not a program that has a curriculum. I mean, I met with my mentee just yesterday and we played about 30 rounds of Uno and he emerged victorious in at least 27 of those.
It all starts with that mentor applying to be a mentor online on teammates.org. That mentor will fill out an application asking them a variety of questions, a lot about their interests and their hobbies, so we will know how to best pair that student with that mentor. The ultimate goal at Teammates Mentoring is to have that mentee become the mentor. We want them to have had such a great, inspiring experience that it makes them want to go on and help another student. And then ultimately what you're doing is you're creating this ripple effect.
What's up, man?
What's up?
So, are you finally getting it done?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going through the process and finally getting ready to get matched up with that elementary student.
Yep.
Hey, it's about time.
So I'm in the process of becoming a mentor for teammates. And it's super important for me to be a mentor just because I think the new generation needs it.
Teammates mentoring is for all students, and we're always looking for more mentors, particularly more male mentors. We have lots of young men that will love to have a mentor, but unfortunately we don't have enough males that are stepping up. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up to show up for a young person because our young men, they need you as a male to know what it means to simply have someone else in their life that they can relate to.
Kids need someone to look up to besides their parents, you know. A lot of the time, kids spend 18 years in school and their parents not the one to be able to guide them through everyday life. So having someone else they can look up to and guide them and know that they care about them is going to be able to change a kid's life just like it changed mine.
If anyone wants to be a mentor, I would say you should definitely do it because it's the best experience I've had all year.
I feel like being a mentor, you don't have to have like any special education or have like a big job. You just have to be you and love to make new connections.
If we truly believe in the future, it starts with our young people being mentored by adults.
If you're on the fence about mentoring, the best piece of advice that I can give you is just do it. These kids need you. They need another caring, trusting adult in their life. So just go to teammates.org today, even if you want to learn more information. But if you are ready to pull that trigger, click the button that says Become a Mentor, fill out the application, and we're one step closer to getting one more student off the waiting list.
I'm helping the future become better. And that's all I feel like my generation can ask for is I want the next generation to have things a little better or to understand or help them grow. There's not a value that I can put on that. It is just one of the best things I do every week.
I know that I have this hour a week with Lacey where I can forget about all the things in my life and just pour all of that energy into Lacey and what's going on in her life.
It's those little things that you know we're doing something right. You know that relationship is making an impact, and you know that having that adult in their life means something to them. Even if you don't think you have anything to offer a child, you do, and we need you.
Teammates Mentoring now is in 6 different states, and we have over 1,300 matches and a lengthy waiting list of more students who could benefit from a mentor.
The biggest need of teammates is mentors. We only mentor less than half of the kids that need a mentor. And that's what we struggle with most, is finding more new mentors. And along with that is the financing of the organization. We are a 501(c)(3). We do not create money. We have to go out and ask for money. And it needs your help financially as well.
I feel that it's up to the community to step up, to be those role models, to show them what leadership looks like.
We still have a lot of students who are on the waiting list alone, just in Omaha. And so we firmly believe that any student who wants a mentor deserves that mentor.
It seems like when I show up to mentor, everything else doesn't matter to them. It's an amazing feeling to be a part of something special like Teammates Mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
Join the team. Be a mentor.
It's that simple. Join the team and be a mentor.